Hi, guys, and welcome to this live. I'm going to be bringing on my guest, Miss Melanie Marden. Hi, everyone. Hi, Pam. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Melanie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good.
Can you see me okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Awesome. I can hear you and see you perfectly as well.
Is
Hi,
my air
guys.
conditioning noisy or is it okay?
No, it's perfect.
I
Hi,
want
everyone, and welcome to this live Soul Chat with Ray. Today, I will be interviewing and chatting with my friend, Miss Melanie Marden. So, Melanie, thank you so much, sweetie, for being here and for doing this live with me today and collaborating. And if you can just go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, where you live at, what you're doing.
Sure. Hi guys. I'm Melanie, and I grew up in Canada in the cold, so I came to LA as soon as I realized I could get my shit together and move out here. I'm an actress and recently started producing, and I'm working on, as well as filming a movie right now as an actress. I am working on a doc series about the cancer industry, and yeah, I guess we're going to get into that today.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. I met Melanie through a mutual friend, a great guy named Spencer Barnes. So shout out to Spencer.
The best makeup artist ever.
Yes, and thank you for introducing this wonderful soul to me. And so ever since then, I think when I met her, when I met Melanie, I read for you, and we just became good friends. And you've helped me through my journey, giving me insight as well. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people may not realize about Melanie, which we'll get into in a minute, on how spiritual and intuitive you are yourself. I really, really am glad that we're going to be able to talk about that today in this live. Um, let's see here. I know that you're working on a project, and I'm very passionate about your project, and you've told me a little bit about it, but I want you to kind of like talk about it to the audience so that people will know exactly what you're working on, how long you've been working on it, and what is it about.
Sure. Tragically, I lost my mom to brain cancer 11 years ago, and she was my world. It broke me, and I think when we break, sometimes we find our purpose. And I believe that I am to help bridge the gap between conventional medicine and alternative therapies, because I think there is a place for both in this world, but I think if they could work together, we'd have a lot more people recovering from cancer versus, thank you, Jessica, thank you, so sweet. I think we'd have a lot more people recovering from cancer instead of having to go through this horrible experience of chemo, radiation, whatever it may be. And it's just really hard on families and obviously on the patients. So, through my studies, I started researching it 11 years ago, and there seems to be so many therapies that are out there that are having extremely high percentage of success in curing cancer. It's not 100, but 92, 87. I mean, these are the kind of percentages that I've been coming across, and I think if we could make that information mainstream available, a lot more people would have success in returning their body to homeostasis instead of just making it more toxic with the conventional medicine on its own.
Right. I agree with you wholeheartedly and 100%. My actual first experience on seeing someone, with the disease, and actually it was a family friend, and I was around the age of 15, and this person had bladder cancer, and it was on stage 3 by the time they had found out. And I think that's one of the things that you bring awareness to, is that a lot of people are just all over the map when it comes to cancer.
For sure.
Some people don't really realize that they may even have cancer in their body, and it's kind of like fermenting is, I guess, the best way I can say it, in a certain rate. Yeah, it's like exactly. And then you just don't, a lot of people don't get themselves checked out, maybe because they're working all the time. And so what is your thought on that, Melanie? Like, you know, I know that you believe in wellness, but what is like, with all the research that you've done, like what would you recommend people to do? Not, of course, not give into fear. That's a low vibration, but come from a place of love. But how would people like, can be aware? Like, would you recommend them, like if they have like pains or, you know, something that they need to get checked out, to get it checked out right then and there? Or
yeah, obviously, you know, there's always a time to go to the doctor, but I certainly don't want to encourage people to be freaking out.
Right.
The body talks to you, right? So if you're feeling tired or sluggish or whatever, these are all things. Oh, my dog's going to join us in a minute. These are all things that you got to pay attention to. And I think the more in tune you are with your body, the better. I am not a huge believer of, you know, women going for mammograms. That's radiation on a really soft tissue. And the stats are you have a 2% more chance. I love you too, Bruno. A 2% more chance of getting breast cancer for each mammogram that you get. So, you know, explore your own body and, you know, seek out alternative ways to heal instead of taking a pill or, you know, having a surgery. The body can heal itself. We just have to create the space for it to heal in.
And one of the things
it takes
that
time, but it does
absolutely. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I just feel like, you know, in this society that we live in, everybody just wants to pop a pill and have like instant lipo, boobs, whatever, you know, and wellness. And I think that we're getting away from how we're made, and the best way to align with our power is to listen to the body and give it what it needs. It might be rest. It might be positive self-talk. It might be healing from a trauma. I mean, these are all, you know, encompassed in wellness and preventing things like cancer.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think it's kind of, it's difficult because it's emotional, it's physical, it's mental, it's really related to all of them. However, cancer is not something to be feared. It's your body talking to you, saying, hey, I'm out of homeostasis, let's get back. And that is possible, but I think we are programmed and fed to believe that this is the end and you have to now put poison in your body to get better, which doesn't make any sense. I mean,
I absolutely adore you, and that's that's so spot on. I'm not shy to talk about my own problems that I've had over time, like with my weight. And one of the things that Melanie has helped me a lot was, you know, really kind of working through past traumas. Also just loving myself wholeheartedly, but paying attention to what I was putting inside my body. I think a lot of us, we tend to gravitate towards unhealthy, saturated foods, processed foods, things that are high in caloric intake. So I've always had issues with my weight. I've you know, gone through anorexia, and I've talked about this openly to people. But one of the things I remember you told me, because I had some minor health condition, was to use like castor oil, and it helped so much, and it cleared up a lot. And it's just like you said, I think it's mind, body, and spirit. And I think a lot of times diseases can form when we have unresolved issues, or we hold on to a certain vibration or pattern of energy that is stagnant, and it has become stagnant and has remained stagnant for quite some time. Do you agree, Melanie?
100%, love. 100%. I've studied a lot about how emotion and trapped emotion is energy. You know, that pain or the trauma or the fear is trapped energy in the body, and trapped energy creates a blockage in our meridians. So everything is systemic, you know. The energy has to be flowing perfectly at all times for us to be in perfect health and alignment. So, you know, working on those things that have happened, or, you know, scary experiences that you've been through, and doing the inner work and allowing those things to heal will benefit you physically, but most importantly emotionally. But it will prevent it from manifesting into a physical ailment, which I would say 95% of illness is from that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And who the hell am I? But
Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Melanie Marden, actress and producer in LA, and I'm Psychic Medium Ray, for those of you that may not know who we are. Thank you so much for being here. If y'all have questions, please feel free to send them to us here, and we'll be going through that in a moment. I wanted to go ahead and talk about your spiritual path. Like, at what age did you, or not at what age, but I guess at what point in your life did you kind of gravitate more solidly and started focusing more on your spirituality?
You know, it's interesting. I think it happened very young for me. I had a difficult childhood, like most of us. Yes. And I think I was, hello, what's happening? There we go.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, somebody said it was buffering and then it just stopped, but you're back.
I just am sending so much love and energy to everybody that it's like, yes. You know. I feel like when you go through traumas or difficult experiences, it really forces you to seek a more positive way of existing. You know, we can live in fear, which is what trauma causes, or we can live in love. So, and that's that spiritual life that you're talking about. So I think I started pretty young, like around 15, 16. And then I had several traumas and losses and tragic experiences that followed that. And I feel like I built up these emotional walls around my heart to protect myself, which is, you know, a tool that we all use. In doing so, I feel like I blocked myself off to that unconditional love from source and that feeling of connectedness. So I've recently, I know I'm a little late.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
I recently did a lot of work on myself and have, you know, taken it seriously and done a lot of healings and sessions with amazing people like yourself that have guided me and helped me kind of face these things, and some other energy healers and acupuncture and anything that's going to help release this trapped emotion and, you know, these energetic walls that I built up. And I feel like, you know, recently that I am just so in alignment. I am so connected.
You are.
Oh, thanks, babe. Yeah,
you really are. Like when
really powerful.
I enjoyed talking to you, but I've also seen your growth and evolution and how intuitive you are. Melanie is super psychic. I know that people are probably like listening.
I feel so weird.
But you are totally in tune, because we'll have conversations at certain times, and she'll ask me about something, and then you know, we're kind of like asking each other and vibing off of that, and it's like we are kind of like really just meshing well, and, you know, really at the same, we're seeing eye to eye on everything, on every level.
Yeah. And you've also helped me a lot too, like as new things are happening that I'm now open
Yes.
to this source information, guidance, visions, whatever it may be. You've helped me so much because it's a little scary, it's uncomfortable to grow.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's not the process to healing and to get where you are at today, where I'm at today. It's not necessarily going to be easy, because nothing in life is easy, but it is well worth that journey, going through all the pain, going through purging and releasing. I think a lot of people, once we get to that point of surrendering to a higher power or surrendering to source, and allowing, you know, unconditional love, like you said, to just flow through us, it makes it so much easier to see things all around us and get that clarity that we all seek, and the answers that we seek from the universe. So it's been beautiful.
Amazing, but thank you, because it's been really like scary at times, like, holy shit, did I just have
a for me,
and like me. What is happening?
Yeah, I've gone through my stuff, and you've helped me, so I'm so grateful to you, because it's always good to have good people in your corner and talk, you know, to talk to just vibe. You're like my soul tribe. You are my soul family. So
yeah,
I'm so grateful to you for that. I wanted to also ask you, I know that you are into now crystals, and well, you've always been into crystals and stuff, but like, what is your favorite crystal like right now?
Hey, London, England. I'm from Newcastle, so I just have to give them a little shout out there. Queen, I can't see, but anyways. So my favorite crystal, which everybody that knows me knows this, because I hand them out like candy, is a pink angel aura quartz.
Yes.
And it is the stone that aligns you with unconditional love. It's much more powerful than a rose quartz. It's amplified. It connects you to source, helps you love yourself, and also attracts unconditional love to you. So that's my favorite stone. But,
I love it.
but look at this beautiful necklace.
Yes, you wore it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry if I'm flashing my boobs.
That's
This is the most. I love this necklace so much. Raymond made this for me. He's incredible at making jewelry. But this to me is so special. It reminds me of my mom, my grandma, and myself, because it was always us three women together, and the three eggs and the divine feminine, and yeah. So this is so special and so powerful. And the garnets, I truly believe, are giving me some healing.
Yes.
For psychic abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, so I wear this all the time.
Melanie, somebody is asking you, Schaefer Speaks is asking, where can I get your favorite stone? Like the one you spoke about.
It's super hard to find. That's why let me just fix this here. When I was looking for it, I went to Sedona. Like, that's 7 hours away, people.
Oh my God.
I did. I went and I couldn't find it. Nobody had it because it is a man-made stone. So it's an actual crystal that they then infuse with platinum, silver, and gold. So it's amplified.
Right.
So those metal elements amplify its powers. So I looked for it. I ended up finding it online from one wholesaler, and I bought everything they had. So you're gonna have to keep Googling and find someone. I'm so sorry. I don't know where to send you.
I'll look forward to Mel after this, guys. And Mel and I will team up and kind of like look for it. And I will be posting this video on Instagram and on my IGTV. So I'll list it on my YouTube channel on the description box. A link to it if I find it. I don't want to make any promises because we never know. It's very rare, and that's one of the things that like Mel said. When it comes to crystals, some of them are rare to find. They really are. My favorite crystal is right now. I mean, I have so many. But the two that I find that I gravitate towards is the Rainbow Moonstone, probably because it reminds me of heaven. It reminds me of the spiritual side. It has the divine feminine connection.
Yeah.
And then I also like.
My light died. Sorry.
Oh, your phone died.
Yeah, I don't get good light anymore.
I heard
Somebody's
that.
asking about which crystal. It's the Angel Aura. It's actually a raspberry quartz. So that's the actual name. Angel Aura raspberry quartz.
And then lapis lazuli is the other stone that I really, really am into right now.
Which one is it?
The lapis lazuli.
Oh, I love lapis. That's my stone, yeah.
Yes, I love it because it helps with the intuitive abilities to block out negativity and just more of a positive vibration. So I love those.
And it also helps you speak your truth and find your divine calling.
Yes, it really does.
My other favorite stone right now, so first is the pink aura, raspberry quartz, and then my second one is not a manzanite, which I also love. Oh shit, malachite.
Malachite, yes.
The best.
It is.
It's like the most transformational stone. And when I bought it, this woman was like looking at me. She was like totally like a little witch.
That's an ancient stone, and a lot of people don't know that how ancient it is. And it has properties of another crystal called azurite. And azurite is actually a part of malachite. It's in the mineral formation. And so those two are so ancient and powerful for psychics, for psychic abilities, for opening you up, for clearing emotional trauma, for healing, healing your heart chakra, opening up, chronic, what I call chronic heart chakra, or like chronic trauma to the heart.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is a very powerful stone, and that's one that we should never wet either, because those people that are tuning in, there are certain crystals that you don't want to wet, like selenite. You don't want to wet it because it'll eventually like melt by itself. Yeah. It's just the properties.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about, you spoke about Sedona, and I've been hearing so many people are gravitating towards Sedona. I've never been personally. That is on my bucket list of places to go.
Yeah.
But what exactly what do you feel like? What do you feel is in Sedona? Is it very powerful, like a matrix, or?
Yes, exactly, honey. There's vortex. Oh my God, this is funny. If my girlfriend's watching this, she's gonna pee her pants because I almost just said vortex, which is what she was saying the whole damn trip. Anyway, it's vortex. They've got several vortexes there, and I literally just went there so I could sit on it. I wanted all that healing and energy like throughout my being. But it's a really magical place. Like,
and you can feel it.
Healers. Yes.
What does it feel like, Melanie? Like, can you describe it? Like, what do you feel? Just more open, spiritually more connected.
Literally, like peaceful. Calm, grounded, and connected. Yes. Not just connected this way, but connected this way. Yeah,
that makes so much sense because so many people are asking about, like, I've literally this week alone, I kid you not, they've been talking about Sedona and that they've been feeling pulled towards moving to Sedona or moving to Arizona or just going to Sedona to have a spiritual experience. And I'm like, why is Sedona popping up? But you know me, I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah, it's really special. There's also a lot of Indian burial grounds there that are sacred and hidden. So yeah, it's a magical place. There's a lot of spirit there.
Yes. Now I wanted to ask you about another topic, which is probably not like you weren't expecting this one, but I want to know your thoughts on Area 51. Like everybody everybody's like on Area 51. People are gonna on September 20th. People are gonna go and raid the place. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, listen, whatever floats your boat. What I say. Oh wow, my light's flashing.
I saw that. That's so weird.
Okay, there is a lot going on here. So weird.
The energy.
Strobe show.
Yeah, it sounds like it looks like a photo shoot.
Anyway, Area 51. Yeah, whatever, tickles your fancy. If you want to go and storm it, great. I don't know how that's going to work out. There are power in numbers, but I don't know how much power you're going to have if they've got weapons. So, can't discuss if you should be born there. Somebody said I can't discuss it because I was born there. I am an alien. That is for sure.
Me too.
So maybe.
No, the reason I was asking you because I follow you on Instagram and I saw some weird photographs. Like you've captured things in the air. Like I've seen you. Yeah. What was that? I saw like some lights flashing, and that didn't look like no helicopter or airplane.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fascinated because I truly believe as above, so below, and as below, so is above. So I'm often staring at the sky. I look like a space cadet, I'm sure, walking around the streets and but I'm fascinated, and I do believe there's information up there for us, and I do feel connected to it. I always have. As far as Area 51, I mean, let's be honest. We all know that they have been in contact with aliens. They would not be spending all that money if they hadn't.
Exactly.
I mean, it's common sense.
And it's protected. So it's like no one can get in. I mean, no one could, even if people try to raid it, they wouldn't get far. That thing is like maximum of security.
Yeah. I just feel like you're putting yourself in harm's way to confirm what we all already know. So, I mean, whatever. We'll see. I do believe in aliens. I do believe in entities and energies and beings. And I believe in all of it.
Me too. And that's one of the things that I love about you is that you're so open, not just to the physical realm, but you're open to possibilities of everything.
Yeah.
Us all being interconnected with galaxies and everything. There is a question, Melanie, in the comments. It's Ray and Melanie. What are your thoughts on, I can't pronounce it. Is that ayahuasca or
ayahuasca?
Did I say that right?
I'm a fan.
And journeying. I feel incredibly gravitated to experiencing it and would love to hear you guys share your experiences if you have any. I don't personally have any experiences, but Melanie, I'll leave it to you.
Funny enough, that crazy actress in LA's done it. Like, as Ray was saying, I started my spiritual journey early, and I've always been really nosy, and you know, if I'm safe, then I want to experience things that will give me insights or information and more divine connections. So I have, hi Adil. Bonjour. He's clicking in from France, my friend. So yeah, I wanted to experience it. It's a plant medicine for anybody who doesn't know. It's in the Amazon. It is a ceremonial medicine that is given to indigenous tribes to heal and to be well and to connect yourself with the divine, basically. And that's really kind of what happened for me. I had a very, it was through a very dear friend of mine, and I went with him, and I felt safe, and I did it. And it was very healing. I did see our souls. I mean, it's a very visual thing. It's a hallucinogen. So I saw everyone in the room's souls and how they were connected to the divine.
Wow.
And we were all one. It also addressed some of the emotional pain that I'd had, and I felt it physically. So it was very much a release and a healing and an enlightenment. I had an enlightenment experience. It was beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that, Melanie, and thank you for that question. What was the name of the person? Madam Jessie Cat.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you so
I
much.
encourage it in the right surroundings with the right guru, shaman, etc. Just be safe.
Someone says, "I'm looking you. I love your sexy French accent."
That's actually Adele from France. He's like I don't know, he was on the French soccer team when they won the World Cup. So we're getting some fun people all over the world here.
Yes,
Cheers.
definitely. I wanted to also talk about, what you do, like, to center yourself. What kind of wellness, because I know you're into wellness. Like,
Yep.
I think we've talked about it earlier, kind of briefly brushed the surface. Like, but do you like, what kind of meditation are you into? What kind of, do you do yoga? I guess, how do you deal with your emotions and excess energy, and how do you, balance that all out?
Yeah, I do have a lot of energy. I do meditate. I do all kinds of different meditations. I trust more my inner voice these days, so I will just go on my phone and Google an archangel evening meditation to connect with the divine. Whatever I feel like Googling. And then I just look at the pictures and I'm like, ooh, that one I'm drawn to. And that's always the right one for me right then. So I'll do all kinds of different things. I've been doing astral travel meditations. I've been doing, unlocking my pineal gland, my psychic abilities. I'll do any kind of meditation. Like, I'm a meditation junkie.
Love it.
So I love that. I do yoga. Kundalini is my favorite. I believe that, that unlocking that power we have in our chakras, which is the Kundalini spiral,
Yes,
connects us further to our source and unlocks our DNA to give us access to all of our gifts and powers, if you want to call it that.
Yes, I'm just like you. Like, when it comes to meditation, I have all kinds that I do. I don't have a specific one every day. I've also been getting into, like, listening to the 936 hertz or the 432 hertz.
Oh yeah.
Those sound frequencies. And for me, like, I found that listening to the sounds of the ocean right before I go to sleep at night will help me relax myself. Something about listening to the frequency of water. Water. I have a weird way of pronouncing words. I'm sorry.
I like it.
And so, I love that. And I was recently reading that some people were talking about how water, has emotions as well. It can feel.
It's a lot.
And we can program water or any beverage at all that we put in ourselves and really program it and charge it with the most positive intentions. Because a lot of the water and things that are, like, around us, whether it's the water that you use to take a shower, to go into the pool with, a lot of it's full of toxins sometimes, or, different vibrations and energy, depending on where it's at. But it's very fascinating. Like, I've been wanting to get into those bottles that have the crystal in it, and you just put the water in it. I don't have one, but
I have one.
Do you?
I'm doing a post tomorrow on it.
Yeah, show us.
Okay, hold on. I'll grab it. One second.
Okay.
Yeah, she's so sweet, this girl. She messaged me on Insta, and it's what does it say? Soji. So mine is obsidian, which also helps with psychic abilities and unlocking the pineal. And I've had it for about 2 months. I did my obligatory post when I first got it, but I'm actually doing it again because I think it's really working.
I want to use that. I'm going to buy one for myself. And you know who I saw use this. Well, they didn't use a bottle, but it was the first interview that I was like maybe about 4 years ago. I was on YouTube. It was Lady Gaga, and she was sitting down with her cup of tea, and she pulled out a crystal quartz inside of her cup. And I was like, what is she doing with a crystal inside of her cup? Because I didn't understand at the time. I wasn't I was into the spiritual journey, but I never had seen that. So I didn't find it weird. I love Lady Gaga and I love everything about her.
Yeah.
But I was like, so then I started researching, and I found out that people can charge their water with crystals in it, tea, whatever beverage. And so I saw those bottles that you just showed on camera, and I'm planning on getting one. If you say it works, I believe you. And a lot of people are saying that it does work. It really does. I'm going by memory because I can't look at my Instagram right now, but Aqua Aura. I'm gonna do a story after this so that you guys can find out where to get these, because she's lovely. And Raymond, I'm gonna introduce her to you too. I just want to note 2 things that you've addressed here, and that is that water is actually alive. It is alive, right? How weird is that? Yeah, it's alive. Me and Melanie are in the same, like, this is the weird things that happen to, we're, like, connected like that. Like, I'll say something, she'll be on that same frequency, and we kind of like read each other's minds in many ways. Yeah, I came across that that concept that water is alive. It is able to hear us. It is able to have feelings. And I think this is why in the ocean, why a lot of animals, are going what they're going through right now. Yeah. I know it may sound weird to people that are listening, but keep an open mind, please. It's just like plants. People don't think plants are alive, and plants have feelings, but plants actually are alive. They have feelings, and they can feel. I mean, I have a bamboo plant in my workspace, and I put music out loud sometimes. So I play music for it so it can grow and just feel that healthy, loving vibration. But everything really, Ms. Diggs says, really, water? Yes. Yeah. Water. And also, trust me, it's alive. Blow your mind. Crystals are also alive. Yes. Yes, I love it. Okay. Mind blown. Isn't that crazy? I was like, what? And it is. They have vibration. They hold intention, energies, just the same as every other being. So, and you have to understand where these crystals come from. They come from Mother Earth. They come from deep in the earth. In the earth itself is nature. It's grounding. It has so much energy at its core. And so that is jewelry that we're wearing that Mother Earth is producing. I mean, when the earth starts producing these beautiful gemstones and crystals, that is showing you how beautiful and on what level our planet is at, and what beauty it has. So yeah, I just love that we vibe on the same level, Melanie. Yeah, I love it too, babe. I love it too. Let's see. I'm detoxing with frequency water to feel better. I hope it helps. It will help. That's with Katie Love. Say it again. I didn't hear you. Katie Love says, I'm detoxing with frequency water to feel better. I hope it helps. Yeah. Yeah. So all frequencies are, you can use different frequencies for different things. If you just Google what frequency to heal my heart chakra, which frequency to connect me with source and open my third eye. There's all different frequencies for each part of our body. But an interesting thing that I just learned, which like blew my mind, is the earth, Gaia, normally its frequency is 9.6 hertz. Yes. It's a single digit, everybody. 9.6 hertz. Over the last 2 months, Gaia
frequency has elevated to over 100 hertz. Isn't that incredible? So Gaia is healing itself and raising its vibration, which then, because Gaia's heartbeat or its hertz dictates our circadian rhythm of our heartbeats. So everyone's been feeling kind of discombobulated and out of sorts, stressed out, tired, can't sleep, too tired, all these different emotions and feelings, while we realign with Gaia and also raise our vibration and our hertz. So
I love that.
That
it
you're
makes
using
so
water.
much sense.
That's amazing.
It makes so much sense what you just said about the, you know, the frequency being raised. I feel also this is kind of correlated to the earthquakes that y'all have recently had, and other people around the country, around the world, have been experiencing these earthquakes. I feel like Mother Earth is awakening. It's kind of the polarities are shifting, and we're feeling all of that. Like, have y'all had any more since the last earthquake, Melanie?
There's been a few small ones, but my God, nothing like that
Thank
one.
God.
The 7.1 rocked my house. Literally.
I saw that. It was so crazy. You said it even
like scared. Oh my God.
I know. And everybody, like, I saw
event.
video footages of it on TV, and you said that even on a piece of your cement, right, in the foundation, it had cracked a little bit.
Oh yeah, my yard, yeah. And my fountain outside is, well, I should say it's a pond, kind of. It's a pond, but it's in a concrete rectangle, and it's only about, 3/4 of the way full. That water was coming over both sides. I was just like, oh my God, is this the end of the world? Like, I was terrified. So, I mean, we all go to fear a little bit, people.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening around the world right now. We're going through so many natural disasters or natural events, but it's really through it. I tell people that through these natural disasters, it really brings brothers and sisters together. All of us as a collective, as a whole, it brings us together to be tighter and close knit, and bring more healing on a very different level than where we're at right now. And one of those people that I feel like was very connected to Source and was ahead of his time was Nipsey Hussle. And I wanted to talk about him because he was just such a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul, and someone who was a visionary, and is still living on through his music, through, through society, through people who are paying homage and following in his footsteps. Everything that he worked hard towards. I just feel like he was ahead of his time. And I know that you living in California and being close to this, like, it hits you close to your heart. But what is your thoughts about, like, everyone that, has poured support out for Nipsey?
What are my thoughts on the support that everyone has poured out for Nipsey? I think it's absolutely appropriate. I mean, he really was a perfect example of living for others and giving back and helping and leaving the world a better place than when he came. He worked very hard. He didn't sell his soul, and he really was a model citizen of Gaia.
Yeah, I feel like he's a spiritual teacher. He was a spiritual teacher. And I know this is going to sound weird to some people listening, but I don't care, because I always say things that are on my heart. I really feel like he's an ascended master now. I know that may sound crazy, but I feel like an ascended master on the other side. And that is going to be the work that he is going to be doing to help people who are in the music game, who are working on bettering communities, people who have a public mission or service that is a greater calling to give back to society. I feel like that's what he's working on the other side. And I also wanted to talk about, because he was also involved with projects involving Dr. Sebi and Dr. Sebi's work. And I know that this kind of correlates, like, you've done your research and you've been working very hard towards your own project right now. So, you being doing all this research and stuff, it kind of, like, what is your thoughts on it? Like,
Nipsey was doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi, who was this incredible, wise beyond his time gentleman who was given the nickname Dr. Sebi. He was not a doctor, but he was healing people. He cured many diseases, and that is scientifically proven.
Yes.
He cured cancer, HIV, STDs, herpes, male libidos, impotence. I mean, all these things through herbs and nature, basically. What's it called? Botanic. I forget what it's called when people use herbs. Anyways, I can't remember. So he was this incredible man, and even like Nipsey had such a deep appreciation and adoration for Dr. Sebi because I think society doesn't want to believe it's that simple, that, you know, you can cure yourself with plants and water, which is, to me, common sense. But thanks, botanics. I knew a viewer would know. And he's been discredited in the press. You know, he was taken to court in New York, and I actually have those court documents where he won. You know, he was charged or you know, accused of well, obviously practicing medicine without a license, but he's not practicing medicine. He's just healing.
Using herbs and natural remedies that have existed and that Native Americans have used since the beginning of the time. Egyptians have used. And he was bringing that knowledge up to the, you know, society.
And helping people.
To awaken people who are spiritually maybe not as fully, you know, awakened. Because I feel like on a certain level, like we are all, not all of us, but the majority of people have been socially conditioned or kind of like programmed in a certain way to only think that perhaps traditional medicine is the only path and it's the only way. And it's not. Like, there are medicines, there, like you said, there are cures for cancer and HIV and for all these major diseases. There are plant medicines. And what I found in my own research is that, like, countries that are in what we call the blue regions, like Costa Rica, Greece, Naples, Italy, those places, the life expectancy, the life expectancy is so much higher. And people were trying to find out, because one of my favorite products is Chanel. It's Chanel, I can't remember what, but it's a serum that I put on my face. Okay. And it was made out of the blue regions or the blue zones. Wow. And you can see the instant effects of it. They took all those natural ingredients, and that's what I use on my face.
And it nourishes you, Yeah,
it makes me glow in the skin. But yeah, I've noticed that those countries, their life expectancy is like through the roof. Like they, you know, they're healthy.
Yeah,
and I feel it's true. It's like you said, it's just the fact that we have suppressed society as a whole. I think all this information has been suppressed, and Dr. Sebi and Nipsey and all these inspirational individuals have worked to elevate consciousness, to elevate our awareness to these wonderful things. And that's something that you're doing as well. You're bringing consciousness and more attention to this. And I think it's commendable. And I really think it's a beautiful thing. For those of you that are tuning in today, be sure to check out Melanie's Instagram. It is, what is it? Cure This, at Cure This?
At Cure This, the movie. Yeah. Yes.
And it's an Instagram page that she's opened up specifically for her research, her project. And she has a lot of wonderful posts. She has things, you know, about like alkalizing your body, you know, certain foods that you should eat, you know, that would help. These are the things that I noticed from your page. Yeah. And it's really helpful that we get that information, because so many, you know, right now, I guess Instagram is good as a good platform, but so many people use it just like maybe just to, you know, kind of express themselves. But you are giving knowledge that is.
Oh, for sure. I want to help people. You know, I've come across a lot of information that can save people's lives. And I don't want to claim to be like the prevention queen, because listen, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, and cancer is always going to exist, because we're always going to put ourselves out of homeostasis at some point in our life. Like it's normal. Like we're going to make bad decisions.
In other words.
We're going to eat shitty food. We're going to stay up too late. We're going to do whatever, you know? And I don't think it's going to be eradicated, but I do think it could be a much simpler situation where, you know, like Dr. Sebi was the alkaline diet, what we put in creates our entire system. And so it's about putting in foods with high vibration that are not going to cause mucus and candida and yeast, which is like a playing ground for cancer. So it's about, you know, only putting in that which is going to create an alignment and homeostasis in the body. And then when you do that, you also get a spiritual awakening because you are in pure, perfect form, and you're going to be open to this high vibration that's going to unleash its magic on you. How about that?
Yes, I love it. That's powerful. And I was going to talk about my my spiritual awakening. I went through a heart attack, you know, when I was 31. It changed everything. And I'm not vegan. I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat meat. But one of the things that I've learned was early on when I was going through this spiritual awakening, I was actually kind of disgusted by chicken. All the chemicals and stuff. When you're in a very high vibration, you can actually taste that no matter how well cooked the chicken is or the meat is. You can taste those chemicals and taste maybe the vibration that animal experienced in its last, you know, hours. And it affected me. I was so repulsed by it that I couldn't eat meat for quite a while.
Yeah.
Since then I've gravitated a little bit towards meat still, and it's part of my diet. But what I do is I pray over it, and I ask the universe and source to remove all negative vibrations attached to that animal before, you know, I consume that, and only take what is needed from that. Because we can pray over our food, and we can bless our food, and that
and
remove
put those
that
intentions on it. Absolutely. This is going to heal my body. This is going to nourish my brain. This is going to give my body energy, and I do that all the time. I've always instinctually done that.
Yeah. And I get a lot of people that sometimes don't understand my path, and they're like, well, they make that correlation. Well, how can you be spiritual and eat meat? And I'm like, you can be spiritual. It's about not judging one another. You can eat meat, but maybe just minimize and eat more fish, eat, you know, more vegetables,
and try to make choices. Exactly. Try to make, like, I mean, I still eat it here and there.
Yeah.
I'm human. I'm having a human experience. And guess what? Us humans have eaten meat.
Since the beginning of time.
Shit. I hate that. Okay? You do you. We'll do us. That's it. But I really do try to make choices without meat.
Yeah.
Because this one thing that I learned is if something's dead, what's its vibration?
It's
the basics. So I didn't want to put that in as much. I still am human, and I'm like, oh God, she loves a bacon sandwich. I'm human, but I don't do it as often as I used to.
Well, I recently have noticed, like,
perfect.
I've been noticing that they have like now like veggie patties and things.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to eat like meat, they have like patties that are made out of beans that,
and I buy those.
And you can't taste the difference. Like you think that you're eating sausage or eating a beef burger, and it's not. It's made out of whole grains and.
Oh, totally. I was at Veggie Grill. Actually, Veggie Grill was at an event I was at, and we had these like spicy chicken things, except it wasn't chicken, and it was so good.
Yes, that's the one thing that I went to get my tattoo recently in Houston, Texas, and I met some very beautiful souls at the tattoo place, and they were very open. One of the guys happened to be vegan, and he actually cooked for all of us, and he brought some food in, and it was pasta, and it was I thought it was chicken, but it wasn't chicken. I got tricked myself. Yeah, it was like soy tofu or something like that. But I'll tell you, it was like totally amazing. It tasted great. I couldn't tell the difference. I thought I was eating chicken. And that's the thing, you know, I love about vegetarians and vegans is that they can, you know, make food to, you know, kind of like camouflage it in some kind of way where we just think that it's like, you know, regular food.
I just wish I could cook, and then I could come up with these.
Me
myself.
too.
I'm just reliant on everybody else to come up with a black bean burger that I can now eat. You know what I mean? But no, it's about trying to make the best choices you can. Nobody has to be perfect, and reward yourself and have positive self-talk around the efforts and successes you do have, instead of finding faults in the areas where you haven't been perfect.
Yeah.
So it's
And,
about
I'm not perfect. I'm still, I have my ups and downs as a spiritualist and
we all do.
as a psychic. And, sometimes we get overloaded with information or, and we're not always right about situations, and we can see things maybe from a different angle. And I'm one to say, I sometimes I'm wrong. What I'm talking about is like how I handle situations and things like that.
Mm.
So it's all about just growing and releasing. And sometimes you need to hear it from someone else that maybe the way you handled things was not the right way, and there could have been a different way, and just grow from that experience and move on, not keep dwelling on it. And I think a lot of our viewers today, if you're listening to Melanie and myself and you're going through something similar, where it's a very traumatic, or you're dealing with an ex or a breakup, or you just lost your job, you're struggling financially, hold on to that little minimal voice that speaks in you, that is hope, because hope is great and it's powerful. And hold on to love. I think Melanie's, I love your what you said in the very beginning. From the very beginning, it's this vibration of love. If we could start loving ourselves enough and loving others, it would bring so much healing to the world and to ourselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I feel like life has been hard enough for all of us. Like, we've all been through it. And so just being gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
One of the best examples that I had from this guru that I was lucky enough to work with was, he's like, why are you being so hard on yourself? When you're like, if it was your best friend, you'd be like, it's okay. You can cry. You can take the day off. Give yourself that time to heal. And But, for ourselves, we're like, oh, I don't have time to do that. I've got to do this. No, treat yourself like you would treat your best friend.
Exactly.
We're so understanding with that.
Yeah, and I think we all make excuses to a certain level. Like for myself, I know that's true. Like exercising, I don't like it. I don't like exercise, and I'll just say it. But I know that I need it. My body needs it to expend a lot of that excess energy that's not good. And I think sometimes I find myself making excuses while I'm too busy with my clients. I'm too busy to do this. And the fact of the matter is that when you start stripping away all those excuses and really just loving yourself, like you said, unconditionally, you're going to do it, and you're going to set that time, and it's going to transform you in some kind of way for your better. Because I think that's the one thing that I struggle with a lot physically. I'm not very physically inclined, and I don't know, I've always been that way. I don't like working out, but I know that I should.
Raymond, maybe your soul has been here before and been in the bloody Olympics. And in this experience,
that's true.
You were like, you know what? I'm going to be all psychic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be physical. It's not about a physical experience.
And so that's the pressure that I put on myself.
You know what I mean? Go for a walk while you're connecting to spirit. Like, honor what you're here to experience, and your gift, and be of service, and do it in nature where it's something that you enjoy. Don't force yourself. Forcing is that divine masculine, and it's like going against the grain, making it happen, and it's a much more difficult way to live. Whereas if it's the divine feminine, it's like, okay, I want to connect with spirit today, but I'm going to go walk into the middle of a field and do it. So it's incorporated into what you love and your gift and why you're here, instead of like, oh, I need to go to the gym. You know what I mean?
I love it. And thank you for that beautiful message. It really resonates with me. And I think that's something that really, for myself, that's something that I need to work on still. And it's baby steps. Yes, Linda's Harmony says baby steps, right? And it is. And like, people think that I have it all together, and no one has it all together. I have my issues. People have their issues. Melanie has hers. We all do. But we're all working together to get. We're all a masterpiece at the end. It's all a masterpiece.
I'm a piece of art. I'm just working on it. You know what I mean?
You are, girl. Like, you're working, and I love all that you're doing. I guess, like, since we have about 5 minutes left, I want to turn it over to you and tell people, like, where can they find you? What is your website? Your Instagram handle, like, and what other things are you maybe involved in right now in LA, or any projects that you can talk about, of course.
Sure. Actually, one of my cast members was on here earlier, Danielle, who's amazing. We're shooting a movie right now. I think we just have next week left, and then we're wrapped. So I don't know that I'm allowed to say the name, but it's super funny.
All right.
An amazing cast. You guys are going to love it.
I got to see it.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary of a documentary, so it's very clever and very witty. So that should be wrapped very soon. I'll keep you posted on my Instagram. That's my new way. I got rid of my website because I'm lazy. I'd rather just work on myself than on a freaking website.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the death of me because these things are just so annoying. So I have Instagram and Facebook and all that shit. Instagram is official, don't judge me, official Melanie Marden. And Twitter and Facebook is just Melanie Marden because I didn't get hacked on those.
Awesome.
So find me there, guys. I'd love to.
Yes, guys, be sure to follow Melanie and check her out. Melanie, I want to thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here today and with me. And I think we have one question. We still have some time. Schaefer Speaks says, "Hey Mel, I've been trying to write my own movies. Is there any advice you can give me?"
Yeah, write it. Do it. Like let your imagination go wild and just step into it and produce and create it and give birth to it. Like if that's calling you, it's for a reason. Nothing is by accident. We don't have thoughts by accident. It's either our thought or something that we've been told to remember that we'd agreed upon prior, whether it's a past life or, prior to reincarnation or whatever. I don't know what you believe, but so I do. And these little thoughts or feelings or sensations we get are to encourage us to go do that. So yeah, write your stuff, talk about it. Like what you're doing here. Tell people, hey, I'm writing a script. It's, about this, and get some intrigue, get some energy towards it, get some light on it, and share bits and pieces, maybe like on your Insta story, just like little teasers of it, just to create some energy around it. And I'm sure that, if it's filling your soul to do it, the right people are going to come into alignment with your project and it's going to be born. So
I second that. I second that. That's one thing that Melanie has taught me is that, no matter, it looks like I want to be on TV eventually and radio. And the one thing that Melanie has told me is that it doesn't matter if you get rejected or if something doesn't align, you cannot give up on your dreams. And once you are focused on it, your dreams and the right people are going to come towards you and gravitate towards you without you having to put any effort, most likely, but of course, staying true to yourself into that, hard work that you're doing. And who's this beautiful little baby?
This is little Moxalina.
Hi, Moxie.
Look how cute she is. Moxie, it's your big debut.
She's so cute. Hi, Moxie.
She's over it. She's like,
hi,
give me a goddamn treat.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I'm in love.
I love her.
What else was I going to just add there? Something about, oh God, I forget. Anyways, yeah, I just believe in listening to those little gut feelings and thoughts and hi Moxie, you got fans, honey. Look, you're so popular.
She's so cute.
I rescued her from a slaughterhouse in Korea.
Aww.
So this is literally from rags to riches right now.
Oh,
the little angel.
I love it. Well, Melanie, thank you so much, sweetheart. We'll definitely, be posting this, and I wish you a wonderful day. All of Melanie's fans and followers that are here today, thank you so much for being here. All of my rays of light, thank you for this.
I know what I wanted to say.
Yes.
I remember. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Yes.
Raymond, your cards are coming.
Oh my God, yes. It almost blew my mind. I'm kind of in the zone. Tomorrow,
okay,
guys.
I need to tell them because
yes.
I'm somebody that you've helped. Raymond is an angel in this world, just like flat out. He's an angel. He is here to help others connect with their divine. He has gone out of his way in this human body he has and written books to help you. Made himself available for ridiculous prices at times to help people that couldn't afford it. I mean, he is an angel with your best interest at heart always. But tomorrow he has his own angel cards coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
And you can pre-order them. And they're suitable for anyone at any level of their spiritual journey. And it will help them kind of awaken that within themselves and get them on their journey and get them further on and connect with their divine. So I just wanted to give you a little plug, Raymond. You're so modest.
So much. I love you so much.
This guy's doing amazing stuff.
I love all of you out there, and Melanie. And yes, my cards are coming out for pre-order tomorrow. Yes, my cards are coming out for pre-order tomorrow, so be sure to go to my website. And
Moxie's ordering them right now.
Hi, baby. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Melanie. Take care, sweetheart. Love and light to everybody.
Bye, guys. Lots of love.